We have so many outreach, but they have a wolf pack, just the three of them. And they let me in it about a year ago. And so Kim and I have been very tight since. I want you to watch this. We'll be back on the other side.
Thank you, Chairman Kiley and Ranking Member Adams, for the opportunity to address the committee today. I'm a 50-year-old freelance writer and editor from New Jersey. After 10 years as a staff editor for newspapers and magazines, I decided to freelance. I've been successful and happy in this career for 20 years. Being an independent contractor is my chosen way of working, as it is for tens of millions of Americans. A few years ago, I couldn't have even told you who all my elected officials were. But then in 2019, California passed Assembly Bill 5. That law snowballed into a shocking series of events that include me testifying here today. California's law used language called the ABC test to strictly redefine who can and cannot earn income as an independent contractor. This ABC test is, quite frankly, impossible for many legitimate independent contractors to pass. Freelancers in California immediately began losing their income and their careers. And yet, almost overnight, my own state of New Jersey tried to fast-track a copycat of the California bill. So, several of us freelance writers created Fight for Freelancers to protect our careers. We blanketed the media with op-eds and interviews, and in a matter of weeks, our group swelled to thousands of members from many professions. We then packed our state house to standing room only capacity, and we testified for more than 4 hours until lawmakers understood that our careers as legitimate independent contractors need protection. Thankfully, the New Jersey bill died. But then, members of Congress ignored the chaos on the West Coast and the outcry on the East Coast and began work to advance this same ABC test nationwide with the Protecting the Right to Organize Act. At that point, every independent contractor in America, tens of millions of us, had our livelihoods in the crosshairs. It's been more than 3 years now since California's law went into effect, and the lesson could not be clearer. Attempts to restrict the choice of self-employment do not create lots of new jobs. When you rewrite the rules to misclassify legitimate independent contractors, you destroy our income and careers. I'm here today to ask for your help in stopping these attacks on Americans like me. We are grateful that a few Senate Democrats joined with Republicans in the last term and refused to pass the PRO Act, but we remain deeply concerned that the same ABC test language remains in that bill now. We're also disturbed by recent actions at the U.S. Labor Department, which is rewriting its independent contractor standard in a way that will misclassify legitimate independent contractors. The current nominee to lead that department, Julie Su, supported and enforced the California law. It's remarkable to me that such a freelance-busting ideologue would even be considered for the nation's top workforce protection job. In the face of all these threats to our livelihoods, our grassroots, nonpartisan Fight for Freelancers coalition only keeps growing. We're now a national force. Our recent amicus briefs, including one that we wrote for the U.S. Supreme Court, were co-signed on behalf of hundreds of thousands of Americans. And make no mistake about who we are. Our members have voted for everybody from Bernie Sanders to Donald Trump. All of our co-founders and about 80% of our members are women. Our members include senior citizens, Generation Z, people of color, people with disabilities, union supporters, and just about every other demographic you can imagine. All of us are united on this issue. American citizens have had the right to hang out a shingle and go into business for ourselves since the day this nation was founded. It's a right that a third of the workforce, including me, exercises every day. Please fight for freelancers and protect our right to choose self-employment. I see that I have 30 seconds left. I'd like to speak directly to you, Ranking Member Adams. You said something that was correct in your opening statement. You said misclassification harms our economy. I agree with you, ma'am, and I hope we can have a conversation today about just how much harm it's going to do our economy if you misclassify tens of millions of Americans like me. Thank you.
And that's how a wordsmith shuts it down. Because what you guys just saw, that video you just saw of Kim testifying in front of Congress in DC, I was showing you that because that was her original fight that had happened, that she was explaining in New Jersey, almost over this same thing, but worse. So here's what to expect on Thursday. New Jersey legislation would affect 1.7 million people. Okay, self-employed, independent contractors, and by effect, I mean end, the way that they're trying to define it. We saw this in California. Hey, we got AB5. It's going to end millions of careers, which it did. Nothing good happened to them. They 40 years in business. They had to shut down family businesses. It was horrible. This is not just gig apps. Is it like AB5 where they're just going to have a Prop 22 carve out? Here's the thing. Not only are they saying no carve outs, so unlike California, this is AB5 on like steroids, because there's going to be no carve outs if they push this through. On top of that, we knew that they'd go after the gig economy, but they now have specifically worded the gig economy. Some things you can expect us to discuss on Thursday. And yes, again, if you are in Jersey, you better be in that live, or email me, steve@ridesharerodeo.com or whatever. Even if you're not in Jersey, any questions you got, let's bring them all out, because guys, New Jersey, absolutely, but there's many other states watching this. We're gonna be explaining how the New Jersey Department of Labor held this hearing in the Division of Taxation building. Now, that might not mean a lot to you guys, but the last time that Kim was referring to in the video, she's talking about the last time that she thought it was at the the buildings you're supposed to do this in. So last minute, the one from 2 weeks ago, they moved to the New Jersey Division of Taxation building. And more importantly, that we're going to get into, that Kim's going to explain, was why. You guys already might be drawing some conclusions, and I'll say this, you're probably right. The New Jersey Department of Labor, and this is huge, you guys. This is huge. This is huge. The New Jersey Department of Labor did not stream this so-called public hearing. Now, normally, a public hearing on a matter like this is streamed in almost every state. New Jersey absolutely streams theirs. Little things, like I'm glad that a lot of places have gone to this. Transparency, let's see it, do it live. But they specifically did not stream it. They knew they were supposed to, or they should have. The 2019 public hearing that Kim was referring to here was the issue. It had widespread public outrage, and it was covered like extensively, fully mapping all of the news publications, legacy media, online, everything. Everybody was on it, and the legislation failed. Now, Kim was in there making noise. She was talking like she always does. Kim is a fighter, but they were packed wall to wall, and they beat the legislation. The media didn't help. They couldn't help. There was no way to help. But they moved it to the Division of Taxation. They didn't have it live streamed. So Kim, luckily, I don't know if she got word. She'll tell us on Thursday. I don't know if she was tipped off. I don't know if she heard, if she just did some of her own research, but I would imagine this would be hard to find. So my guess is before we get to Thursday, she was tipped off by somebody, which is awesome, some whistleblower. But she learned that there would be no live stream from the New Jersey Department of Labor the night before. So she reached out to saveindependentwork.org. You guys should check that website out. Kim reached out to the Save Independent Work campaign, great people over there, and they generously sent us the entire video and are allowing us on Thursday to use that video. Now, we're not going to play the entire video through. Kim and I are going through and marking little segments that you guys need to hear, because remember, not only did they not live stream it, they didn't record it, and they moved the building for which it was in. So the Save Independent Work campaign, thank you all for the work you do, by the way, sent pro video photographers down, and they shot every multi-angles. They got it. And so we got it, and we're going to go through it. The video no one is supposed to see, and we will go through it right here with all of you live.